What's up, my know-it-alls? Welcome back to another Mr. Know-It-All Reviews. Right now, we are going to deep dive into Picard Season 3, Episode 2, Disengage. So what do we got? We have a captain who's got some attitude problems. We have Crusher's kid, who is apparently someone, it could be someone, may not be someone. One of the worst kept secrets in the entire entertainment industry. All of that and more starts right now. Aided by 7 of 9, the crew of the U.S.S. Titan, Picard makes a shocking discovery that will alter his life forever and puts him on a collision course with the most cunning enemy he's ever encountered. Meanwhile, Raffi races to track a catastrophe weapon and collides with a familiar ally. There you go. All right. So let's get into this thing. I very much am all about the between the transporter technology and all the different variations on some of the things we've seen in the past. I'm actually really excited for, again, where the course that they're putting us on. They're clearly establishing, here is the 25th century, here is the time period we're going to exist in for a while. If the stories are true, Terry Matalas has said that he does enjoy working and operating within this time frame, and I gotta admit, I like them being here. So that's just me. Over the week, I was talking in circles because we all talk. I was talking to some friends of mine who are also in the space, meaning doing this kind of stuff. And one of the things that we talked about was, the possibility that Star Trek as a whole is happiest when you're telling certain kinds of stories. And I feel like right now they've reached a stride where Strange New Worlds is doing one kind of work, Discovery is doing another kind of work, and if you had something along the lines of Picard or something else, whatever you want to do, that is in this time period, you've covered a huge swath of time in storytelling that I think will enable you just to keep cranking out really great stuff. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happiest. All right, what does that got to do with Picard? Moving on. This is a very interesting story. So we pick up almost exactly where we left off. Hansen is so mad. I'm sorry, not Hansen. Sorry, Shaw is so mad at Hansen, or Seven, as we know her, and he's livid, but at the same time, like I do empathize with the guy. Whether or not he's a jerk has nothing to do with the fact that Seven absolutely was insubordinate. Picard and Riker absolutely did just stroll in there, throwing their clout around, which, I mean, we knew that was the case. Riker even kind of owned up to that when they first started this whole thing. So, at the end of the day, I feel like when you deal with the characters of, see, that's the problem you have. They're entering their Admiral Kirk phase. By that I mean, if you remember in the movies, Kirk for those 4 movies is like, yeah, no, I can really do no wrong. I'm just in it, and so that's kind of where they are too. They can just throw their weight around and sort of do and get whatever they want, and it's like, all right, well, whatever. So, anyways, but yeah, so finally, she being Seven, manages to convince Shaw, well, do you want to be the captain who let 2 legends die, or do you want to be the guy who saved them, the hero who saved the heroes? And he's like, oh, you suck. It's so funny seeing him, because the guy who's playing, he's doing such good work. I love him, and only because I'm enjoying not liking him, because I don't like Shaw at all. Not that I don't like him as a character, I don't like Shaw the person. So I'm very much engaged in who the character is doing and what they're doing. So I do like the character. I don't like the guy. Does that make sense? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, and hearing him sort of, because he knows what he's doing. He knows his assessments are right. And in essence, they go and they rescue them, and once they rescue them, they get a call from this chick who's on this ship. By the way, does this not have shades of the Scimitar from Nemesis? Yeah, we're reaching into that grab bag. There's things from Nemesis, I believe, that are going to come back to bite us this season. and we'll see about that. And of course, the big spoiler warning. Yeah, right. Apparently the kid is named Jack Crusher, but he's a big kind of con artist and whatnot, and the implication that is done without saying the words ever until the very end is that Jack Crusher is Jean-Luc Picard's son. Now, I don't know if that's the worst kept secret in any fandom ever, because I feel like we all kind of thought that was going to be the case. I know I did. I know we talked about it on Buffer Time last week on Best of Trek, Worst of Trek. And, I'm not surprised, and I don't think any of you are surprised. They sort of telegraphed that thing from 100 miles away, not to mention the fact that Crusher, who has no accent, but clearly the way Star Trek does it is if they're your kid, you have to have their accent. I don't know. So I guess, Chekhov's child would be, hello there, in the whole bit. And so anyway, so yeah. What's up? So we'll see. But yeah, no, either way, again, super telegraphed. It was supposed to be this big dramatic moment, but because of that, it kind of let me down, if I'm being a fair critic. And because it's like, guys, I mean, can you not, why don't... It's one thing for us to go like, oh, well, yeah, I would have almost, because of how badly they telegraphed this all day, I would have probably had Riker, instead of being the emphatic person he was now, been like, wait, you don't see the resemblance? Like, really? You didn't know that? I knew that. Like, I just by the minute I saw him, like, you know what I mean? Make it kind of a, oh yeah, totally. Like, how could you not have gotten that? Anyway, something along those lines. So then you kind of sort of lampshade the fact that, oh yeah, no, it's not a really big. We didn't keep that secret well. Now mind you, I know that's a fandom judgment all day. Having worked in television, I know 100% this thing was planned out way long ago, and there's no chance that it could have ever come out. So it could have changed. So whatever. But you sit here, we as fans are like, well, why didn't they just read the room better? It's because this particular drawing was painted way before the room was even here. So like seriously, like last year they were done with production. So yeah, so you have her name is Vadic. And Vadic is I was gonna say bad guy, bad girl, bad whatever. I originally thought there was some Romulan connection because of the ship. Because my relationship to it is that it looks a lot like the Scimitar. The Scimitar being the Romulan ship from Nemesis. Now, I don't know if that's the case. I think she's probably just a space pirate at the moment. I think there's going to be more. At the moment, it just seems like she's snarky, and they call her cunning. But I think she's just, no offense, if I had a bigger gun, I guess I'd talk all the smack I could. So I'm not impressed by her. They're like, she's the most cunning villain that Picard's ever had to experience or something. And I'm like, I don't know that I agree with that. I don't, because I can think of a half dozen enemies Picard's experienced who are more cunning and all this other stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. So yeah. That's it. It isn't a bad episode, man. Especially the big reveal that oh my goodness, it's Picard's kid. Well, yeah, whatever. But no, it was good. But then you do, for me, it was the reunion of that. There was a moment. Here we are, the second episode, and Crusher and Picard have an exchange of word. Riker gets her, wakes her up, and brings her to the bridge, and there's this moment where they exchange, where there's look, and you kind of go, wow, bro. Like, where have you... The best thing I can compare it to is you're just kind of standing there and all of a sudden, oh God, I got hit by acting. Like, it just hit me. Like, a thing. And you're sitting here going, part of me was like, this feels like better acting than this series deserves right about now. Not that it doesn't deserve good acting, but I'm just saying, like, wow, did you guys just elevate the temperature? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I was impressed. So anyway, there you go. Now you know. And if knowing's half the battle, you're halfway to being a know-it-all yourself. Hey, thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching. I really appreciate that. It definitely, if you can see your way to liking the video, that kind of helps us too in the algorithms. Let everybody know about the show. But either way, I was super thrilled to be able to kind of watch and engage with you guys on this thing. comment below. Let me know what you thought about the show. I'd love to be able to talk a little bit more about that. And of course, in future videos, ask questions and things like that about the episode. I'd be happy to clarify and whatnot, because after all, I am Mr. Know-It-All, and it's kind of my thing. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you guys again. We'll see you next week. Never forget, everyone loves a know-it-all.